We are at First State Lanes, our semifinal match in the Bowlers Gazette Handicap Singles Classic, the 190 and over average division. Jamie Spence is our first bowler. And a 7-pin for Jamie. Jamie didn't do too well in the qualifying here today, but he did win two of our earlier qualifying tournaments. He won at Brookside, and he also won the final weekend at First State. He starts off with a spare. DJ Wierzbicki qualified at Bowarama. And he gets and a strike for DJ. DJ's 28 years old. He's single. Started bowling in 1976. He was in a youth program at Bowarama. Got interested in bowling through his parents. Two, 4, 7. Chops the spare, and Jamie Spence bowled in almost every one of our qualifying tournaments. The tournament started in a Christmas weekend at First State Lanes, traveled to Lower Delaware, then back around here, and I believe that Jamie bowled in 9 out of our 11 events. And he leaves a 7-pin. Jamie's engaged to Lenora Mons, who came in second place in our 170 and over division for the women. Started bowling in 1984. Bowled in the youth program at Blue Hen, Brookside, and Elk Lanes. Get interested in bowling through his father, and one of the biggest influences on his game was the late Gene Loomis, who was the proprietor of Elk Lanes. And a 2-7 for Jamie. His high series is 800. He's had 2 300 games. Did very well as a youth bowler. Won 2 JBT tournaments. Made the finals in 35 of the JBT tournaments. As an adult, he came in 3rd place in the 1997 Delaware State Singles Tournament. Cashed in the teams and doubles at Reno in the national tournament. DJ Wierzbicki, 28 years old. Has a high series of 710. His high game is 287. He likes to bowl for the friendships you can make and for the fun of the game. And a double. for DJ, a veteran of the Desert Storm activities. That was the 1 year that he has not bowled since he was 6. Jamie Spence coming up here in the 4th. Enjoys the competition and meeting new people. And a strike for Jamie. Jamie has bowled in the last 2 Delaware Top 20 tournaments. 1998, he came in 16th place. And this past season, 1999, he finished up in 6th place. So he's moving up, almost made the TV finals in the top 20. And a double. That's the 5th frame, which means we're taking a break. We'll be back right after these words. In the 5th frame, DJ Wierzbicki. A 7 count. 3-5-9. The bucket -1. Gives DJ a 55 through 3. To Jamie's 57. Nice spare for DJ. And a 10-pin handicap singles classic. As we said, started Christmas weekend. At First State, we traveled to Seaford, Price Lanes, Pleasant Hill, Bolrama. Back to First State, Brookside, Doverama. And he misses the 10-pin. Went back to Price Lanes, went to Dover Bowl, and then back to First State for the final weekend on Memorial Weekend. Semifinals took place on June 20th at First State, and here we are with the final 2 matches of this year's Bowlers Gazette Handicap Singles Classic. Jamie Spence coming in the 6th, gets himself a turkey. There's $100 riding on this match. $300 for first, $200 for second, and $100 for the 3rd place finisher. Winner of this match will go against tournament leaders Stephen Eichler. Jamie, 4 in a row. We have DJ Wierzbicki coming up in the 7th. Has 103 plus his handicap. And he runs into some more trouble. 1-3-6-7. Puts it out, almost makes it, leaves a 7. Gives him a 112 through 7. The This is our semifinal match of the 16th annual Bowlers Gazette Handicap Singles Classic. Still running into some problems. The 3-5 for DJ. And a good spare by DJ. Jamie Spence coming up in the 8th, working on 4 in a row. And a solid 10 pin for Jamie Spence in the 8th. Has about a 30 to 40 pin lead right now over DJ through 7. And a nice spare by Jamie. So 166 through 7, spare in the 8th. I'd like to thank our official tournament scorekeepers, Brandon Moon and Derek Fisher, for their efforts throughout the entire tournament. And a 9 pin for Jamie. This is a 185 through 8. Jamie Spence shooting the 9 pin in the 9th. And he makes the spare. Comfortable lead by Jamie Spence. DJ Wierzbicki coming up in the 9th. His biggest influence was his dad. He always pushed to be the best that I could be. And a good strike by DJ in the 9th. Gives him 132 plus his handicap. And a double going into the 10th. Makes this game a little bit interesting. And he gets a turkey. It's a 162 through 9 plus his handicap. And it fell. He didn't get to see it, but it did fall. And DJ finishes the game out 4 in a row, 192. .205 with the handicap. Looks like Jamie Spence will continue on against his bowling cohort, Steve Eichler. They always come together and bowl in the tournament. DJ Wierzbicki finishes the tournament in third place. And he gets himself $100 for that effort. Jamie Spence will go on against tournament leader Steve Eichler. Jamie in the 10th. Leads a 7-pin. And our final, Jamie Spence, 225, DJ Wierzbicki, 205. We'll be right back with more after these messages. And here we are at First State Lanes with our championship match. Bowlers Gazette Handicap Singles Classic. The 190 and over division. Steve Eichler is our first bowler. Tournament leader. And he starts off with a strike. And he'll be going up against good bowling friend Jamie Spence, who just won our last match with a 225 over DJ Wierzbicki. These two guys competed almost every weekend in our tournament, which started Christmas weekend, continued through Memorial weekend. Between them, they knocked out most of the competition for the tournament. Tournament set up that the winner of each weekend qualifier, of which there were 11, would go to the semifinals held June 20th at First State Lanes. A double by Jamie. Steve Eichler, who was the biggest winner in our tournaments. He won First State, Seaford, Pleasant Hill, and Doverama. And he starts off with a double. Jamie won at First State and at Brookside. So between the two of them, they won over half of the 11. That's one way to win the tournament. Just knock out all your competition before you get to the semifinals. Steve Eichler is married. His wife is Vicky, has 2 children. Started bowling in 1968. And he starts out here with a turkey. Jamie Spence starting out with 2 in a row, just finishing with a 225 game in the semifinal match. $100 separating the 2 bowlers in this match. Winner gets $300. Second place gets $200. And 23 pins is what Jamie is spotting Steve. And a spare for Jamie in the third. Gives him 48 through 2. Jamie leads 6-9-10. This is our return of the Bowlers Gazette Handicap Singles Classic. We were off for a number of years. We're back in action. Our first year back, the entry count was not as good as we were hoping, but we're sure it's going to improve during our second season back, which will be starting probably around Christmas time of 1999. Steve Eichler, 4-time champion. And he gets 4 in a row. Stephen's high game is 299. His high series is 743. His favorite bowlers, of course, are Earl Anthony and Mike Albee, both left-handers, as is Steve. And he gets a little bit of domino effect there. 310. Steve is placed in the Maryland State Tournament and also in the Nationals in 1998. And he leaves a 10-pin on that shot. That's the 5th frame. That means we'll be right back with more after these messages. Back with action at First State Lanes, our championship match, the Bowlers Gazette Handicap Singles Classic. Jamie Spence in the 5th frame, 65 through 3 with a spare. And he leaves a solid 10-pin. Each of our matches, we had 4 divisions this year in our tournament. Women 169 and under, women 170 and over, men 189 and under, men 190 and over. And each was guaranteed a $500 prize fund, irregardless of the number of entries. We're extremely disappointed in the women's turnout this year. Hopefully that will improve next year once word gets out that we're back in action. Jamie Spence. Excellent ball in the 6th. It's got a 104 through 5 to 139 for Steve Eichler. Steve has a 116 through 5, but he also has 23 pins handicap. And that was a good ball for Steve. He gets a strike in the 6th. Keeps the pressure on good friend Jamie. Steve Eichler, very intense bowler. And with that ball out just a little bit, didn't quite come back. 3-7, along with a 4. I should say the 6, the 3 and the 6 and the 7. Difficult split. And he gets 2. 144 or 142 through 7. That should be 144. Our score is a little bit off by 1 pin. Our official scorer, Derek Fisher, is going to take care of that. Jamie Spence coming up in the 7th. And he gets a strike. Gives him a double. Puts him right back into the game. Steve Eichler, 144 plus 23. He's got 167 through 7. Jamie Spence, just a few pins short of that. Strike here will give him a good opportunity to pick up the lead. And he did accomplish that. He got himself a turkey. Gives him 160 something in the 7th with a strike. It's a close game, less than 10 pins. Steve Eichler in the 8th. Leaves a 6. And a good spare by Steve Eichler in the 8th, coming up into the 9th. We'd like to thank First State Lanes for hosting our finals of the tournament and for their efforts in sponsoring the tournament throughout the season. We also like to thank our other houses who participated this year, and we hope to add to that list in the next season. Also, a special thank you to our tournament staff, Brandon Moon, Derek Fisher, been there every weekend to help run the tournament. And a strike for Steve Eichler. Jamie Spence coming up in the 9th. He's working on a turkey. Strike here would actually put him in the lead. But that's not to happen. 1, 2, 10 for Jamie. Needs to make this one to keep in the game. And he didn't quite make it. Good try. 189 through 9 for Jamie Spence. 219 is his best score that he could get with a turkey here, and he needs to do that to put pressure on Steve Eichler. And he doesn't quite do it. 6-10. Jamie makes a spare. And he'll finish out with a respectable 200 game. And he leaves the same shot again for a 207 for Jamie Spence. And Steve Eichler. And he gets a double. Steve Eichler in the 10th. And he leaves a 7-pin. And Steve and Eichler did not even need the handicap. He's going to beat Jamie Scratch. And it's going to be the winner of our Bowers Gazette Handicap Singles Classic with a 212. 212 scratch for Steve Eichler. We'll be back with more after these words.